Hello, everybody. I'm Ben, and I'm the host of Creep Show, like I always am. I've got another quick, small video for you today. This one actually happened in Texas, which is the state I live in. And whenever I first heard, the headline, or rather the details, I wasn't very interested in it, because it's just an arson murder until you get the supposed motive for the arson and slash murder. So let's get into it. It was in El Paso, Texas on July 23rd, 2021. A man burned his family's house down in an attempt to, quote, purge it from evil, because his relatives did not follow the Bible. The man who burned down his family's house was named Philip Daniel Mills, and he was around 40 years old, I believe. How he set the fire was that it was around 11:30 p.m. at night. He took a weed whacker and poured the gasoline from it onto a couch in the living room, and lit it on fire with a cloth and left the house. He then waited outside with a couple of large rocks in his hands in case his mother and his brother left the home, so he could possibly bludgeon them to death with them. He did state that the prior morning he was gone, allowing his mother to, quote, be in a happy place throughout the day before waiting for both her and his brother to go to sleep before he tried to light the house on fire. After the house was on fire and he waited for a while with the rocks, he fled the area. The court documents say that the police came in contact with him at the back of a Subway restaurant where he was acting nervous and erratic. Mills told the officers that his house was on fire and he was running away because he didn't know what to do in that situation. So the firefighters responded to the area, and they found Mills' mother, Florence Annette Mills, who was 82 years old, walking out of the house with burn injuries because of the obvious reasons. She was taken to a hospital, and as far as I know, she's still in critical condition, but alive. Once inside the home, they found his brother, Paul Aaron Mills, who was 54 years old, in the living room. He also was taken to a hospital, but he later succumbed to the severe burn injuries. Later on, Mills would tell the investigators that he started the fire to rid the house of evil. Before setting the fire, the morning before, he had gotten into some sort of argument with his family, it seemed, where he had broken a TV and threatened to burn down the house, which of course he made good on that threat. Whenever he was told that his mother was injured and his brother died, he seemed surprised that they both didn't die and called it a, quote, failed attempt. Mills was naturally arrested and is facing charges of capital murder and arson. A neighbor of the family said that he noticed Mills acting strange earlier that day and said that he was always a troublesome person. He also said that Mills never really stayed in town. He was always going back and forth from somewhere else. The same neighbor noticed the house in flames around 11 p.m. It's also been stated that Mills has had altercations with the police before. On one occasion, him stripping naked, I'm guessing in the yard, while being extremely drunk. If you check his criminal records, it shows that he has quite quite a record, including criminal trespassing and evading arrest. Not many more details have been released. As I said, this happened on July 23rd, only a few days ago. So, we shall see what goes on, much like my previous video on the factory fire. I covered this case because it's pretty fascinating how religion was like his motive for lighting the house on fire and hoping to kill his mother and brother, because again, he said they didn't follow the Bible. I thought it was an interesting detail that kind of changed this whole case to less of a general arson murder case and more of like possible delusions. I don't know much about Mills and if he had any prior substance abuse or anything like that, drinking problems, besides the one time where they called the police on him for stripping naked while drinking. But that could be a possibility. Maybe he was drunk or high on something or any of that. It would cause a delusion-induced rage that would make him say that he was setting a house on fire because his family didn't follow the Bible and needed to be purged of evil, that kind of thing. But that's all we have for details right now. So yeah. Until next time, check out one of my other 2 videos. There's the Blake Leibel and Iana Kassian case, and of course the factory fire case I mentioned. And of course, considering that I plan to make a lot more videos in the future, please do consider to subscribe. I think the next video will be a lot more long and detailed and thought out once I get the chance to make a video of that like. But for now, these little recent cases are kind of helping me fill the dead space between that. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. I hope that this was informative and interesting to listen to, and I will see you all next time. Until then, I've been Ben, and this is Creepshow.